Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the General Hospital recap for April 8th through 12th, but actually 9th through 12th because we were preempted because of the eclipse on Monday.
I was so confused because I watched them all in a row and I wasn't reading. And so I went to play one. I'm like, well, no, I already watched this. And then it was like Tuesday and I'm like, no, I didn't watch. And then I was like, yeah, there's only 4.
Yeah.
But the eclipse was pretty.
Yes. So we have a few Port Charles pipelines. First, okay, we try to stay up on things, and now I kind of feel bad that we missed this. Scarlett Fernandez had a tumor removed in December of 23, so it was last December was her last episode, the 20th, but I feel bad that we didn't. I guess we're just so used to characters like hers, like the kid characters tend to go in and out.
Yeah.
And you know, it was one post on Instagram, so unless I was paying attention to it like that day.
Right. It got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah. So, poor baby girl. Just hope that she's feeling better and, you know, healing and all that. And then our buddy Max. I know this has like nothing to do with General Hospital, but I'm just like proud of him because here's the deal. One day he's going to be on General Hospital.
Seriously.
And then he's going to be able to say, my first interview was with Amanda and Shannon on the Pier 54 podcast. They changed my life.
There you go.
I mean, no, his parents supporting him, getting out there and everything 100% changed his life. However, he had his stage debut in A Case for Two Spies. And if I was reading the program correctly, I believe he was top billed right under the narrator.
Nice.
So I think he was the lead character under narrator.
Nice.
So, yay, Max. So proud of you. Just remember us.
That's right. Don't forget the little people.
Yes.
Those pictures were so cute that his parents posted.
And then we had a few emails. Hi there. First, I love that someone wrote in last week and said they listened to your podcast and feel like they have GH friends. Me too. My mom watched since the first show, but she is in a nursing home now and struggling to follow along. I try to visit when the show is live so I can put it on and help her remember everything, which brings me to the original reason for writing in. That just makes me so happy. Okay. So Curtis's quick recovery. I totally agree with you too. Why does everyone miraculously heal and walk again so quickly? Watch. He will dance with Portia this week. They did some kind of tango. What is wrong with having a character be in a wheelchair? I feel bad for fans who are in a wheelchair that are watching as Curtis says how useless and unmanly he is being stuck in the wheelchair. Yeah, we should see him working through that and realizing you are just as manly and just as capable, just differently, and you're not useless. Sonny said the same, I believe, when he was temporarily in a wheelchair. Also, when characters talk about how terrible it is to live in a facility, that makes me upset for fans who do live in a facility, like my mom and other fans at her nursing home. Just a thought. Love your podcast, Heather. Thanks, Heather. I 100% agree. And I think that's the thing that we talk about all the time is they do so well with so many topics. And this is an important one that they're discarding and they are, listen, we've all heard me get on my soapbox about disability, but it is so highly disregarded. And I go back to real estate just because the number is crazy. So there is the Fair Housing Act. And for 20 years, so it was established in 1968. For 20 years, disability was not included in that. It was not added until 1988. It is the number, 60% of complaints against realtors is regarding disability. It's a huge community that is just being disrespected, you know, and then they bring in guys like Chet, who is a double amputee, and he's on for a minute, and then they make him leave, you know. Sonny and Curtis miraculously can walk again, you know. It's unrealistic, and it's not fair.
Right. And if, you know, I see from a character standpoint that they want everything done quickly because now Portia's happy and this is happy and that's happy. But like you said, seeing him work through those feelings, I'm sure those are honest feelings. If you were someone who could walk, had an accident, and now are in a wheelchair, you probably have some of those same feelings. So yes, express them and then move through them, talking to Kevin and having a supportive wife and blah, blah, blah. The answer is not, here, do this magic surgery that most people couldn't afford.
Right.
It's totally experimental, and you happen to be one of the 10% that just,
Right.
now you can walk.
I mean, they did at the gym, they had that man who was also, I forget what his physical disability, I forget what it was, but he's a real actor that has that real disability.
Right.
And the way that he spoke to Curtis about, dude, your life is not over.
Exactly.
You know, I remember, I'm doing a bad job remembering what exactly that storyline was.
But
You know
he
what
was
I'm talking
at the
about.
gym, he was working out, he had a strong, healthy body,
Right.
despite the fact that he had this specific disability.
Right.
And we should have stuck with that line of, let's show you all the things you can do. If 3 years from now they wanted to be like, oh, look, now there's an experimental whatever that is something that the
Right.
rest of the world has actually heard of, even if it's risky and expensive, like his wife's a doctor, okay, they have money, then he has the procedure, okay, then. I mean, I, again, would totally be fine with him being in the wheelchair forever, but at least let us see the progression.
Right. Or also show the romantics. He's also able to be romantic with Portia,
Mm-hmm.
even though he was in a wheelchair.
Yep.
You know, that was not, it was maybe in his head.
Right, right.
You know,
They never,
I don't feel like I can, but they never worked through that, you
Mm-mm.
know, and seeing how it tested their marriage. It's like, there's so many different ways that could have been done better,
Mhm.
especially with the effort that Donnell was putting into it.
Right,
Like,
right.
he was doing a really good job of learning how to honor that storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And they just went, oh, nope, sorry, you're going to walk again.
Nope.
No.
Even if they didn't want to keep him in the wheelchair, have him form a friendship with the other guy, and let's make him a main character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, you can still move Curtis forward in the way you originally planned, but now he has this friend. He could hire the friend to work at the bar. We could see all the things that this guy can do. It's frustrating. But
Yeah.
I didn't think about all the people in the...
The nursing homes and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Come on, GH,
Yep.
step it up.
That's I understood when Sam was pleading with Portia about Dante and because of how that would make Rocco feel. Like, I understand that
Right,
one of her.
right.
Listen,
And it
if you're
was
going to
so
do it, we
fresh.
have to figure this out because Rocco's going to be
Exactly.
feeling abandoned, you know, and it's no, just because your dad's going doesn't mean that he's also going to be in a coma for years and years and years like your mom.
Right.
You know, there's
Right. And that had felt like it just happened. Like, can we keep him in the hospital for a few more weeks and see what happens or whatever?
right.
But anyway,
Yeah.
we could talk about this all day. So I will just say, yep, I agree. It's totally unfair. And I wish that they would change the way it's portrayed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was really hoping that he would expand upon what he was talking with Trina about last week about my eyes are open to the way that,
Right.
you know, you're mistreated. Okay. Is that the line that we're going to have the entire time and not see him find a way to be an advocate?
Hmm.
Yeah. It's okay. All right. So this week's upcoming 411, we are getting back to Bobby. What years is it?
95 and part of 96 until we meet Carly.
Okay.
Because you
That is
you have claimed that whole storyline. So I stopped there.
You need to watch it though with me. We have to rewatch it.
I will
So
start rewatching.
So we
it.
can't also promise that that's going to be next week's because we have to. That one, that part, we have
I
to
will
get it
rewatch
right.
I started rewatching for 95, 96 because the write-ups for it weren't great. So I was trying to watch them so at least I could feel the emotion behind them. So I will definitely go into the Carly deep dive for you. Or with you.
Yay. I'll do the write-up. Just watch.
Mm-hmm.
All of you just watch too. if those channels have not been taken down.
Right.
I haven't found that yet either. Even if we watch part of it, it's going to be great.
Yes.
Horrible great.
Yes.
But it was such good TV. Alrighty. So Hulu headlines. Again, on Monday, we were preempted because of the eclipse. And then Tuesday, Nina and Drew get in a heated argument. Carly finds John in trouble. Sonny is furious with Jason. Michael and Willow discuss her career or her abandoning it. And Kristina is disturbed by Ava's behavior. Wednesday, April 10th, Sonny and Jason have a tense meeting. Drew and Nina come to a surprising agreement.
Ugh. Sorry.
Carly begins to see a different side to John. Curtis achieves another milestone. Is that what we're calling it that now? Ava searches for something in Sonny's house. Oh, we never saw anything else about that. Okay. Thursday, Anna asks Valentine for help. Alexis receives news about her appeal. Curtis suggests a business proposition to Drew. Chase has a surprise for Brook Lynn, and Nina gets the wrong idea. And then on Friday, Jason wants to give something to Carly. Tracy has a heart-to-heart with Brook Lynn that I love.
That was very sweet.
Sasha finds joy working in the stables with Cody, and Gregory encourages Alexis. Where do we want to get started?
I'm sorry. The only thing that sticks in my mind is how much I wanted to throw up watching Drew and Nina.
All right, let's just go into it. That's what she said. So Nina went to see Drew. That was such bad soap.
It was
stereotype.
So freaking ridiculous.
I'm going to grab at you and suddenly your entire shirt pops open.
Yep.
Did Carly ever tell you what a great body? Do you think she never?
She didn't know. She told me I was fat all the time and that I needed to eat more healthy. Give me a break. And okay, typical guy, because guys are like that. For him to respond and you've only seen half, you can say that without meaning I'm going to show you the other half, because he hates her and he is angry with her. So he should be saying it like, can you even imagine if the top half looks this good, how good the bottom half is? But you're never going to have it because you are such a nasty witch. Not her going, you boys pretend to be so manly, but really you're just scared. What would you do if a woman did this?
And
I would throw up.
Her own bluff.
I would throw up because you're Nina and you're still married to Sonny and you constantly complain about how you want to be with him and how you're so in love with him and blah, blah, blah. You can't stand Drew because he was with Carly and he gave her everything. You are not sexually attracted to this man other than he has a hot body.
That's
for that 1 second.
That's sexually attracted.
No, I mean like
lust. Yeah.
But no.
But
I'm sorry.
So she opens her shirt, they get it on the desk, and then the next day we see her freaking out saying, you planned this.
Whenever
he asked so many times.
Exactly.
He even specifically said.
Yes, they kissed and then it stopped and she said some like whatever comment about, oh, see, you're scared to go any further. And he specifically said, no, I just wanted to make sure that this is what you want. I don't want us to do something that you're going to regret later. And she was like, here, take me now.
Right.
And they shut the door and did whatever. Thank God they didn't show it like, oh my God, I seriously think I would have thrown up if I had to
They don't
watch
show
it.
those scenes. They only show the people in the scenes.
Thank God. Because I would, no. I would have had to turn off the TV and been like, I'm sorry, Shannon, I couldn't watch the rest of the week because I just couldn't get over this trauma that occurred when I watched these people go at it.
It was horrible.
It was horrible.
And it's not even like we saw them in a passionate fight where they're up in each other's faces.
No, I just accidentally ripped her shirt. Like, he needs a new seamstress if his buttons are falling off that easily.
Right?
Yeah. And then she's like, this is all your fault. You planned this. And he was like, no, I didn't. And I asked you. And then she was like, well, since this happened, you owe me because it was such a whatever. And he's like, yeah, I'm not doing whatever you want to do over a few rug burn marks. And I thought that was
a great line.
Great line.
Also, her first thought was, Carly. Has Carly ever told you had a great body? So I definitely think she propositioned him.
She did, just so that she could be like, hey, Carly, I've been with all your men now.
Ugh.
You know who you're not going to be with? Jason, because he wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole.
No.
Thank you very much.
No.
But I'm sure that's who she's going to go to next because she's just disgusting.
No.
And then she's like, now you have to help me have a relationship with my daughter. No, I don't.
Right.
I don't have to do anything for you.
Well, because that's what she went up there to cry about was that she wanted to surprise Michael and Willow. If they made a reservation and you didn't even know that they were going to be there, who's the surprise really on?
Right.
Okay, I will say Michael they could have thanked her for the champagne and gone on with their evening.
Right.
I do think that was out of line for them to get so nasty with her when she She didn't say, I want to come eat with you.
Yeah.
She's like, I wanted to make sure that this night was special for you guys.
Right. When she came over, they could have simply said, thank you for the champagne. Whenever she said, I want to buy you dinner, they could have been like, we politely decline. The champagne was enough. We're here to enjoy our evening.
We've already
Please leave
placed
us
our
alone.
order or something. You know?
Yeah.
You
Like-
can't just throw together a 7-course meal. Like, I'm pretty sure that you have
You
to
have to
order that
reserve
ahead
that,
of time,
yes.
and they have to be preparing it. But yes, the champagne in of itself was, in his response of, if we wanted it, we would order it. I did feel bad for her in that moment where
Yeah.
it was just, because she even wasn't even going to say anything. She had it sent over through, oh my gosh, Trish. Trish brought it over. And he was like, we didn't order that, you know, and Trish did try. And it seemed like, okay, Nina did have to say,
Right.
that's from me, you know.
Yes.
But question, how is the best seat at the Metro Court the one right up against the windows that you don't see anything out of in the middle of the dining room?
I'm not sure.
There's no view.
Nope. They should have been out on the terrace if that was the
Yes.
best view or the best table.
Yes, with some heat lamps.
Yep.
Yes.
But whatever. I did think it
But
was
they're
cute.
so boring.
They are so boring, but I did think it was cute that they were trying to celebrate their anniversary before it got lost in all of Brook Lynn's wedding
Yes,
stuff.
that was
The idea
yes.
of it was very cute, but then they just sat there and talked about Nina and then talked about how she feels guilty for being away from Wiley. I totally am understanding this because I'm going through all this mom guilt with my kid, but as a nurse, can't you ask for a different shift?
She's low on the totem pole, though. Yeah, but also
I feel
his
like-
recommendation was to get into volunteering. Guess what is just as busy and just as demanding is philanthropy. Like that is also, it might not be a paid position, but that is also time heavy.
Yeah.
You know, for him to
Absolutely. That's
suggest-
not like you don't get those roles to be on the board of somewhere and not do anything. Like
Right.
you're not just filling a seat. You're actually engaging and
exactly.
researching and talking to people and phone calls and emails and blah,
I
blah,
do
blah.
both, and I definitely spend. Well, okay, I don't spend as much time but also I'm on the board for my daughter's school, and I'm going on my 10th term.
Right.
But guess what? I am living it day in and day out, like researching everything, and I bring that to the school so that the school can, you know, do all that. But I'm not just sitting back going, well, gee, I wonder what that's like.
Right.
You know, and I constantly have other board members reaching out to me and asking me questions, you know, and thanking me for being able to share all that. And I'm getting connected with other parents all the time.
Right.
And that's completely all that's unpaid.
And if she's joining an organization that Lila started or Lila was big into, there's an expectation there. Like
Mhm.
she's not just showing up once a year to hand out some pamphlets or something or sell
Right.
some raffle tickets.
Right.
You're stepping in as a quartermain following in Lila's footsteps. Yeah, you're going to be busy.
Right.
So,
And perhaps Michael missed the fact that when Lila got involved in all of that, all of her children were grown.
mhm.
Unless she was involved in it. But we just didn't. I mean, we just knew she was doing all that later.
Right. This is another one of those things, kind of like the health conditions. Why can't we have a character just stay a stay-at-home mom? I want to be a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
I'm going to take care of my children. And we have the financial means
Right.
for this to be something that I can do. Again, no one gets upset. None of the viewers, I feel like, get upset when we can explain that something is happening because they have more money because they are the quartermains. So, okay,
And it's
take
okay
a few years
to be a
off.
stay-at-home mom.
Yeah. If you can
It's
financially
okay to
make
be
it
a
work,
working mom.
then go ahead.
It's okay. And mom guilt, you have it no matter what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. But I just mean, she made the point, Amelia's still little, Wiley is only half day. Okay, so say that you want to be a stay-at-home mom. You can keep up all your credentials for your nursing, your teaching, your whatever you want to do. And when Amelia starts kindergarten, say, I'm going to find a job that's whatever time Amelia's at school or part-time or whatever.
Or find a different type of job that's not in a hospital.
Right. There's just
Maybe
so many options.
I don't know anything about the healthcare industry though, so I'm not even going to try to take a guess because that's something that
But I'm just
I
saying,
just assume that she definitely is she is definitely not in the position to be able to pick her shift yet.
maybe she can't pick the shift at the hospital, but she could pick where she's working. You can be a nurse in a doctor's office. That is Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturdays. You could be a nurse overnight at the ER.
I was actually
You
thinking
could be,
overnight, like she could do that 10 to 6.
Right. Have the nanny watch Amelia in the morning while Wiley's at school, while you sleep, and then be up for the rest of the day to play with them and then go to work.
Right.
Or I know, like Matt's girlfriend, she's fresh out of school. She graduated, 2 years ago? And she didn't like being a regular nurse on the floor. So she's part of the OR team, and it's scheduled out surgeries. So she's on call on certain weekends. But for the most part, her schedule is totally 6 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday.
Right.
So yeah, nursing is a huge industry with a definite need for it. I feel like between that and the fact that Willow does have the Quartermaine connections, she could get some kind of shift that would work if that's what she wants to do.
She doesn't want to use the connections, and I have so much respect for that because that's not fair to other people who put in just as much work as she has, and maybe even more.
True.
For her to automatically get favoritism because of her last name.
I agree with that too. I wouldn't want to use it either. But again,
even though it's actually not her last name.
Possibilities out there. Not yet. Not officially. Ash hasn't changed it.
No, but...
Oh, he's Corinthos.
He's Corinthos
He
again,
is Corinthos.
Right?
I'm sorry.
So she's... Yeah.
So she's Willow Corinthos, not Quartermaine. Sorry.
No, okay. Like, that's where I was like, wait. I'm like, am I misremembering that?
I mean, him and Sonny are fighting. Maybe he's back to Quartermaine. I don't know.
I don't know. But it is.
But yeah.
But no, I agree. But the thing is, too, she just went through her health challenges.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the other thing. She was very excited to get back to work, you know, and that's when she was sick.
Right.
So
I just feel like
there could be something there for her to be able to be, you know what, I could probably help other moms that are going through what I went through.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to see her figure that out.
Yeah.
Figure out, you know what, I had my own personal health crisis and I have this nursing degree. How can we marry those two? And then that can be something that maybe the Quartermaines invest in, but then she's creating opportunities for maybe other moms in the same position to be able to be supportive towards each other, and maybe something where some kind of a daycare. I don't know.
There's just
I have like 8
options.
businesses that I want to start in my head. I'm like, if I could just get an investor to do all these things, I need to figure out which one to get started on first.
To make enough money so you can do the next one. Yep.
Yeah. I want to be the female Richard Branson. He just doesn't know that we're going to be best friends one day. Maybe I just need to get in touch with him.
There you go.
Dear Richard.
Please help.
I know that you start a lot of businesses and he fails at a lot of businesses too. All right. Anyway. But yeah,
it was boring
so
and it was
weird. They are just,
yeah. But then on the other hand, you have Chase and Brook Lynn, and they are so cute. And they just make you feel all squishy.
I loved Chase and Willow. So that's okay. I like Michael. Remember when we wanted Michael and Maxie?
Yep.
I think that would have been great.
Yep.
They keep pairing Michael with Chad Dole's a great actor. Michael can be a great character. And I think that it's intentional that we go back and forth on, oh my gosh, you're horrible.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're so great. But the people that they put with him for longevity are just, they don't bring out the best in him. And we don't see him bringing out the best in Willow or the actresses.
Yeah. It's not a good fit.
Because we know how great she can be because we saw it with her and Chase. We saw it with Dawn of Day. You know, we know how great he can be because we saw it with him against Nell.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when he was fighting with Brad and Lucas, you know, and all that, you know, that was a Michael I could get behind. This is just so, it feels like he's just waiting for everyone to, now we're getting into healthcare with Aurora, even though we don't know anything about it. So then we're just going to ask Curtis about it.
Right. Curtis, answer all our questions.
Who also has no background in it.
Nope.
Other than the fact that he was in a wheelchair.
Right.
Because he was a detective and then a private investigator. So for them, sorry, we just jumped over there, even though you started with Chase and Brook Lynn. I'm sorry. Can we finish? Yeah. Okay. So then Curtis is like, well, we should buy up some boutique gyms and just, you know, put them under a corporate brand and, you know, make them, you know, more luxury and stuff like that. Okay, that's fine. That sounds great. But he doesn't have that as a background. Working out at a gym does not make you a gym owner.
Nope. They could ask Sonny for some advice since he owns a gym.
Maybe.
If they're talking about
do you think that they'll try to buy up Volaninos?
I think they should know not to touch that. Especially after all the stuff that's going down between him and Jason. Like, quit touching Sonny's toys. These are his.
Did we ever see Sonny actually confront Michael about trying to take him down?
No, he just kind of said he was over them. Remember whenever him and Sonny and Carly were talking, and he was like, you guys are supposed to be my allies, and instead I can't even trust you, and now they just don't talk.
Because it was when he almost had Dex killed, and then Carly came out, and he's like, you're protecting Michael. I don't remember if they did. I don't remember it. And
it was just one of those kind of conversations like, you betrayed me, we're done. And back to that, they're getting into gyms, and if they're trying to put like a healthcare twist on it, like that's where we should be asking Willow, who's a nurse, or Portia, who's a doctor, hey, do you have some input?
Or why don't they talk to Maxie about pulling deception under their umbrella? Because right now Maxie is getting furious at Lucy. I feel like that would be more of a transition. Okay, let's get into skincare because it also meets, because they have Crimson.
Right.
And so get those two together. Mm-hmm. And then you start figuring out from there something. Michael and Sasha were great together.
They were.
Sorry, I just had that flashback that they were great together. I really liked him with her.
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
You went all kinds of places. All right, so sticking...
Well, because I was just thinking Sasha should be perhaps, trying to find a way to...
Well, she's looking for a job, just not very hard, because she likes playing with the horses. And she is hanging out, talking to Cody about how maybe she shouldn't have left Deception. Oh, wait, no, she knows that she should have left Deception. At the same moment that Maxie and Lucy are at the Home and Heart show, and Lucy announces that she's going to be the person that sits up there and tries to sell the products. And she did awful.
Oh, my
It was so
gosh.
awful. And I felt like...
Morgan Fairchild did so great, though.
Yes. If she... I don't know. Lucy knows better than that, I felt like.
No,
like
Lucy is definitely self-absorbed. And
she is self-absorbed.
When Maxie told her Sasha can relate to people, Lucy took that as, oh, I'll try to get people to relate to me in the most privileged
way. I am the busiest woman in the world.
I know. Everybody is busy. If you are breathing, you are busy. Everybody has their own things.
Oh, that's just awful.
Nobody's busier than I am.
Yep.
Oh, really, Lucy?
Yep. It was just so bad. So I don't know who they're going to call in next. I was waiting for Maxie to jump up and like fix it and be like, actually, oh, sorry, Lucy, you have a phone call. Anyway, I use this cream not only on my skin, but on my son's sensitive,
right,
blah, blah, blah. Okay, look, now we're opening up a whole new product line of we can have some skincare for babies.
Yes.
It was just awful. But Sasha seemed very happy with her decision. And then Cody snuck in there. Please just let me know when you decide whatever you decide.
Mm-hmm. I guess they have a new horse ranger.
Mm-hmm. I'm just ready for them. I don't want them to move too fast and like end up hooking up, but I'm ready for them to like baby dates without the disguise of, oh, I'm here to brush the horse.
Right.
Like we've established we like each
slow
other.
Build though.
Yeah, I like the slow build, but I'm ready for something to happen. Let's go see a movie. Let's go out to dinner. You can be two adults and say, hey, I don't want to hook up for a while because I've just been through all these traumatic events.
Well, they did say she did say that.
She did, but then they and Cody said, I'll wait forever for you. Mm-hmm. But they're not even pursuing anything.
Right.
You can date and not end up in bed together. I've heard that it happens.
Or they don't even have to date. They could just enjoy each other's company and like, oh.
But again, without it
so
being
long
this...
since I've seen a movie. Oh, I didn't know that you liked rom-coms also. Or have her saying something about, or have him say something about, the new Marvel movie that's coming out or whatever. And she'd be like, oh my gosh, I would love to go see that. We should go sometime.
Yes,
something like that.
Something. Exactly. Planned time together, not, oops, I came to brush a horse.
Having her say self-deprecating things that make Cody be like, people love you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that seems to be...
Mm-hmm. That's their whole thing.
Yeah.
So... Anyway, back to Brook Lynn and Chase because they're just so adorable.
Yes.
Not like these other couples.
I feel like this was the best we've ever seen of Tracy, though.
Yes. But it started with Lois is like, here, Brook Lynn, I want you to see the mother of the bride dress that I picked out. And it was horrible.
That was so anti-Lois.
Not Lois. And Brook Lynn's like, it's fine. And she's like, no, tell me the truth. And Brook Lynn's like, Ma, that does not look like you. How are you even going to do your nails to match that? Like, what are you talking about? Mm-hmm. And so they agreed that she would find something more Lois like to wear. And then the designer comes out as Chase is walking in and is like, oh, here, I have this dress that your fiance and mother kept behind your back that they designed for you to wear on your honeymoon. And she makes the comment, it's long sleeve, that's not going to work for the beach. And he's like, well, actually, we're going to Italy.
And he sold his truck
His truck.
But what's he driving now then?
Maybe he had a car too.
Maybe. And then Brook Lynn winds up telling Tracy, and Tracy's like, that is a very sweet gesture. That's very kind. And Brook Lynn said, I'm going to buy him a truck. And she's like, do not do that. And then she explained, he made a sacrifice for you. Let him have it. You know, you swooping in and saying, well, I can buy it for you anyway it's belittling to traditional, but he's not like woman stay in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant.
Right.
But he is, I want to provide for you. I want to be able to do these things for you. And I don't think that he did it because she was perfectly fine going to Palm Beach.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like it's not like she was settling for Palm Beach because they really wanted to do Italy, but they just didn't have the money.
Right. They decided that.
Yeah. And then he was like, you know what? I'm going to take her to Italy instead because I think that would be
Lois
great.
had let it slip at some point that has been her dream vacation since she was a little girl. And once he said it, she was like, yes, we're going to have wine here. We're going to go here. We're going to do this. And he's like, wow, you really thought of this. And she was like, it legit has been my dream for my whole life.
Right.
So it was just so cute and mushy.
But it was done in like the best way. It's not,
right.
She wasn't sulking and then he caved in and figured out a way to do it. You know, it's not a gift to the Magi.
Maybe he downgraded his truck. Like maybe he had like a brand new, like all souped up, ridiculously priced truck and he sold that and bought like a regular truck or a regular car. So he didn't just like get rid of his truck. He has some things
I want to know what kind of a truck though covers the cost of an Italy honeymoon.
Mm-hmm. Cars are expensive nowadays.
Yeah, but they lose their value like as soon as you drive it.
Well, if he has it extra souped up, maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know either. I've never priced a trip to Italy, so I don't know. But no, I loved it. And I loved Tracy and I loved Brook Lynn and Tracy talking about Lila's affair, or not Lila's affairs. Lila was like a saint, but Edward's affairs and Alan and Monica's affairs and Tracy's marrying gold diggers and Brook Lynn freaking out over, oh my gosh, my marriage is already doomed.
Yeah.
And she's like, no.
Nope, it's not.
And then she talked about Luke.
Mm-hmm. And Brook Lynn was like, I'm glad you finally got the love that you deserved. Yeah. And I'm sorry that those other guys sucked. It was very, very heartfelt and sweet. Mm-hmm. Nice grandma conversation. All right.
Well, I guess on that, Alexis tells Gregory that she can't go to the wedding with him because she might be getting her law license back. How does that impact a Saturday afternoon? She's going to have to be on call 24/7?
I think it was somewhere else in the state because she said she'd be pacing hotel.
Unless they're getting married on a Tuesday, though, there's a good chance. I mean, courts, show me a court that's actually open on the weekends. For her to be able to...
No, but maybe it's like Friday afternoon and for her to drive back and be ready for the wedding and stuff would be too much.
I still felt like that was a very dumb...
Well, that's okay because now it means he can go with Tracy, which is better.
Yeah.
So, good luck, Alexis. They had Alexis fighting with the gossip column guy. They didn't end up having sex.
No.
They were in a pretty heated conversation, yelling at each other, but somehow no one's clothes fell off.
And then I put Molly and Alexis, and now I forget what their entire conversation was about.
Oh, she was yelling at her because Molly was yelling at Alexis because they had printed an article about Heather.
Right. Yeah.
And it said an unidentified source. And so now all of Molly's colleagues are thinking that she was the unidentified source, and it was not her. And Alexis was like, freedom of the press, sorry. So that was that. And then Molly was the one that opened up the letter that said, oh, you have a court hearing. Mm-hmm. Your appeal has been granted or whatever. I didn't understand Kristina going to Sonny. And like, yeah, it was weird that Ava was like, sorry, your father's sleeping. You can't come in right now. But it seemed like she was more questioning Ava getting him a drink and stuff. I didn't find that weird.
Right. Because Sonny has been drinking. It's not like Sonny quit drinking. And
and he's drank the same thing forever.
Weird stuff with Kristina right now, and I don't like it.
Yeah. And then she said something about, well, pregnancy hormones are real. And I was like, pregnancy hormones are real? And again, if you wanted to get upset because she wouldn't let you see your dad at first, like, you could have totally broke into tears then, and I would have understood it. But her simply handing you a drink and then handing him a drink, like...
That's a good host.
Right. Like, maybe you don't know what their relationship is yet, because we don't know what their relationship is yet, but she's living with him. If I was living with someone and I handed you a drink, I would get him a drink too.
Right. That's just
especially
manners.
since it's there. It's not like she even had to go to the kitchen to get it. Like, they have a bar right there. Why wouldn't you pour him a drink? That's just weird. But anyway, talking to him about how she feels about Allison and keeping the difference between her being public with the public and then keeping her private life private, and how she felt about all of that. And then I thought it was cute that they showed her and Blaze sitting on the couch just watching a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, thank you for not making everything in their relationship be this like big sexual thing. Like, if you're in a relationship, sometimes you just want to snuggle on the couch and watch TV, and that is all fine. But then Blaze got into are you sure that you're okay with this relationship? And Kristina was like, I think you need to examine why you're not okay with it. It sounds like you're ready to tell people and your mom's controlling you.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, but Kristina is so wishy-washy on it, because at first she straight up told her, way back, I'm not going to force you to come out. But then at Rice Plaza, when she wouldn't hold her hand,
she
was upset about it. And now, because...
Well, she said she's okay now because they did come out to their family and friends.
Right. But it's still... I don't blame Blaze. She's probably like, all right, which way is actually going to upset Kristina?
Well, I just think it's crazy to think that you're out to your family and friends. I assume that means, like, you're going to want to go see the fireworks come the 4th of July, assuming you're still together, go ice skating next Christmas, and blah, blah, blah. You're going to be photographed holding hands. Like, if you're getting to be that big of a star, there is paparazzi that is going to follow you.
There's a lot of artists and musicians that came out later in life that 100% were photographed a ton and had relationships, like Ricky Martin. We didn't know that he was, like, he didn't come out to the public for
But did they have
years.
pictures of him, like, holding hands?
But that's
and
what I'm
snuggling
saying.
with...
But that's what I'm saying. He never had that happen.
Oh,
and there definitely would have been opportunities for it. Lance Bass,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess they're better at hiding it than I would be. Because I feel like if you're out, like at that birthday party, they were like, this is my girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. Okay, then people are going to hear about it and know it. Like the boys, Danny and them, I could see them going to school and being like, my sister, sister-in-law, whatever, blah, 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 aunt is dating a famous singer. And like, word's going to get out then.
Unless they have the conversation with them about, hey guys, our private life is our private life, and you're not to speak about it. And I feel like that's something that a lot of celebrities do. Even, there's a ton of celebrities that you really hear nothing about their actual private life, because they make sure that that is how it happens. You just have to make sure that you don't make the wrong people mad that then wind up...
I was going to say, this is the soap world. It's going to come out at some point in time.
Oh, you know who's going to do it? Link.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. We're going to see Link again because of this. I almost guarantee it.
Yep. All right. That makes sense. There you go.
And Sonny actually defended Joss in a way to Kristina. I felt like he did.
Yeah. That was part of that conversation. She's like, Joss was talking bad about you. And Sonny's like, yeah, she has issues because of the way things went down. She has a right to be protective of her mother and upset that I chose Nina. So.
Yeah. But then Ava decided to take Sonny's meds because...
She couldn't sleep?
She couldn't sleep. So she went in the medicine cabinet and was like, may cause drowsiness. Oh, here, I'll take one. Oh, wait, 5 seconds later, I'm not asleep. I'll take two. But then she's going to be the one that figures out that they're not working, I think. But then how's she going to go and say, hey, Sonny, by the way, I've been taking your medication and it's not making me sleepy? It's not a will put you to sleep pill. It is a may cause drowsiness. Sometimes people don't get drowsy on a may cause drowsiness.
Right. And, she has her cell phone on her all the time. She didn't bother to Google what that medicine is for exactly and think, oh, okay, yeah, most likely the side effect's not going to be to put me to sleep.
Well, and also, I thought he took lithium for his bipolar.
That's what they said in the past.
Correct. Okay, we are just going to Google this real quick because my understanding is lithium is an upper. So maybe he does need to take something to get him to sleep. Lithium medicine. Oh, more. It's assumed that an increase in the intensity of the energy metabolism is one of the mechanisms of therapeutic and prophylactic action of lithium. Does it boost your mood? It's a mood stabilizer, but the exact way that it works is not known. Okay, I don't know.
Point is, we don't take other people's medicine. We learned that as children. Do not take it if it's not prescribed to you. So I'm not sure what Ava's doing.
Oh, if you have just started taking lithium or your dose has recently been changed, it may make you feel tired, dizzy, sleepy, and make your hands shake. Huh. All right. Kind of squashed that misperception. Misperception? Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what's going to come of that? She's seriously going to be like, Sonny, your medicine's not working because I'm not falling asleep.
Right. But Jason asked him today, this week, are you taking your meds? Because Jason went to Diane and was like, I'm taking back my half of Corintha's coffee. This is my office. Tell Sonny. So she did. And Sonny was like, And he went down to the warehouse and was like, listen here, you're not taking it. And Jason was like, yeah, actually, I am.
Well, because he's not taking.
This is mine. Right. It's mine.
Because all of his stuff was in probate still. It does take 7 years. I looked that up. Yeah. For presumption of death.
So, yeah. He was like, yes, I am going to keep this because it's mine. And that's how it is. And so Sonny was like, fine, but I'm telling you, if you start crossing lines or doing stuff you're not supposed to, I will take care of you. And Jason's like, all right, whatever. I'm not scared.
He just wants to be 100% legit now.
Exactly. And then Carly was supposed to be bringing documents over for...
No, she wasn't. The courier was.
The courier was, and the courier somehow got confused of where she was supposed to meet, so she showed up at
she
Bobby's.
showed up where Jason was staying instead of his office.
Right. And so she was like, oh my gosh, I have to go there at dark. And Carly was like, I'm going over there. I'll take them. The courier should not be handing papers off. No. But Carly took them. And then she didn't get to deliver them because she found someone beating the crap out of John. And so she took him back to his hotel room and stayed with him overnight to make sure he didn't have a concussion. And of course, the next morning just happens to be that she opens the door to get their breakfast that no one bothered to knock on the door about. And there's Nina ready to tell the whole town that Carly's hooking up with Agent Cates.
And she went promptly and told Drew and Michael and Curtis.
That was great.
And Curtis was like, oh man, Carly's cheating on you. And Drew's like, oh yeah, we broke up. And then Curtis confronted him and said, man, I didn't even know. And he's like, well, you did have some stuff going on. He's like, okay. And he's like, yeah, I broke up with Carly before and he said it.
Before she could break up with me.
Because Curtis was like, oh, so that stuff was already happening? And Drew's like, no, but I just knew that it would.
Yeah.
The second Jason came back, I knew that she would just go. She didn't even have 2 seconds.
Nope. And I do feel like Carly would have broken up with him before she did anything with Jason because I do feel like she had a level of respect for him.
Mm-hmm. But then Jason also offered to buy back the Metro Court and he sent Diane to go negotiate with Nina. And
Nina's trying to play hardball.
Yeah. And Diane's like 4. And then there's 9. And she's like, I'll go take this to Jason.
Yep.
Or she said, we'll take it to Jason.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, oh, and by the way, this is not going to be an ongoing offer. So you might want to reconsider.
And then Nina's like, well, maybe Jason wants to know who Carly was sleeping with last night.
Right.
Ridiculous. But I did love Carly talking about how the hotel had gone downhill. The ice maker isn't working on this floor. They didn't knock to tell me that there was food outside.
Nina
blah, blah, blah.
fired someone who they typically just redirect.
Right.
And she's changing the colors of the bathrooms to like ugly, poopy colors is what it sounds like. I mean, she said like it was like a
yellow,
like a yellowy greenish. And I'm like mucus?
Yeah, we don't want that.
No, I don't want that in my bathroom. I don't feel like that's ever a good color for anything, but definitely not the bathroom.
No. How'd you feel about Anna talking to Valentine? Because I wanted to punch him in the face. She's torn because she wants to defend her love.
No,
but she can't.
I already said I'm mad at him. No, it's... First of all, okay. I have so many thoughts. So they have breakfast, and he's like, I'm willing to help you no matter what. He straight up lied to her face so easily. And he's like, no, you're mistaken. Brennan and I were never friends. And she was so super specific of the examples. And she's like, no, you guys literally sat there and played this card game and blah, 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 blah. And he did mention something about, I wasn't really going after a lot of girls back then because of my whatever,
disfiguration.
Right. I hate that phrase, but that's what he did. That's what he calls it. And
He didn't technically lie, though. She said, did you go to the jail to see Brennan? And he said, I have not been to the jail to see Brennan.
That is correct. But he lied about the past, that me and Brennan weren't really friends. And I don't know. I'm not liking it.
Not liking it either.
I don't like it. Because it's always been Anna is who he changed everything for.
But he was secretly working
Right.
with Pikeman all this time.
Right. No, that doesn't sound right. That's not. Maybe Valentine has been kidnapped and this is Valentino.
Maybe. My biggest issue was he's all about protecting Charlotte, and although we have not seen her, like, she still exists. So why would he be continually staying involved with Pikeman?
That's what we talked about last week. That's how we wound up being like, well, when was the last time Charlotte was even here?
Right.
Because the choices that he's making right now do not support his, because he took a step back when he found out about Charlotte. You know, he started to switch things around.
That Nina finds out about him and Pikeman, because she will tell the whole world, and then everyone can be like, what are you doing?
She won't do that to him. She won't do that to him. I don't think she would do it to him.
She'll be so shocked. I think she'll say something. I think she'll be enough of a jerk to be like, you're all upset about Anna. You were lying to her face. You were all upset about this. You were lying over here. Like, what are you doing? And maybe not come out and tell the world, but they'll have one of those conversations like they do in a hallway, and then Anna will overhear. I think she's going to be the one to let it slip.
I can see that, but I can't see her making it front page news and telling everyone.
True. I don't see her telling. I guess I shouldn't have said she'll tell everyone. She'll tell Anna, one way or the other. Anna's going to find out. And I think it's
I do agree that it's going to be overheard and not directly told, because she would not hurt Valentine.
No.
So it's going to have to be a conversation that is being overheard by Robert, who then goes and tells Anna.
Yeah. There you go.
Man, I really liked Robert and Valentine's bromance, though.
Now he's going to be so mad you hurt Anna, and you're working for the bad people.
I know.
And Anna is going to have to take a step back to Sonny and be like, I accused you of being this like horrible person, when it turns out that Valentine is even worse than you.
She's not entirely wrong, though.
She's not entirely wrong, but she's going to see it from a different perspective.
About this one specific thing.
Yeah. She's going to see it from a different perspective, though, when she realizes that Valentine's involved. Where has Spinelli been?
I don't know. He has not seen Jason yet.
He has not seen Jason,
right?
Even though he knew he was doing the pill thing because of Jason.
Yeah.
And we just like never saw anything more with him and Maxie. They kissed and admitted that they liked each other.
Oh, yeah.
Bradford's not in the hospital too, right? Like, what's going on?
I don't think so.
I know you talk to him daily, so come on.
I know.
BFF with all these stars.
And there's just a couple of other little Drew when he called Carly earlier in the week. And then he seriously says to her, you need to start thinking about the girls. Say what you want about the fact that you're worried that she's going to go off and do everything for Jason, but you do not basically accuse her of being a bad mother.
Nope.
Because that is the number one reason why she continually divorced Sonny.
Yes.
Was because of, I mean, to be fair, she also did set it aside to remarry him.
But that was where the conflict lied, was Sonny's stuff.
Right. But not a fan. Oh, and then Curtis and Portia talked about Heather Weber, and Laura and Kevin talked about Heather Weber. And I love that Kevin wants to help Heather be at least someone that Ace could have a relationship with.
Yes, he's very sweet for that. And I like watching Laura, again, struggle realistically of, am I parenting right? What about this? I did think it was weird that she was like, he won't grow up with Lucky and Lulu. And I was like, Lucky and Lulu are old. It's not like you're raising your children together. And then she was like, and all the other grandkids are so old. And I'm like, right. But you just said it like Lucky and Lulu could be like friends with him. And that's...
Maybe she means...
helping as another parental support.
Or just having an aunt and an uncle.
That could be too. But yeah, I liked watching her.
Hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
Hold on. No, because Spencer is her grandson. So yeah, like a great aunt and a great... Oh my gosh, Lucky and Lulu are great aunt and uncles.
No, because the baby is supposed to be Nicholas's. That's their brother.
Right.
So
Oh, yes. I was thinking Spencer. Yep. Okay. Yes. Okay. I was correct the first
same
time.
as their aunt and uncle to Spencer.
Listen,
and they
we
are
go
aunt
through
and
this.
uncle too.
No, we go through
But
this
you're
all the time in my
correct if
house
he's
right now
not
because of
Spencer.
But we
Or
go
if
through
he's
this
not-
all the time
whatever.
in my house right now because Erica is my aunt, and it's so great when the kids introduce her, especially my daughter. She goes, "This is my great auntie Erica," and she's like, the way she says it means like she's just fantastic, great. And then people just take that until
Someone
they're like,
points out,
"Oh, well,
like,
who's she?" I was like,
age-wise.
"No, that's my aunt." And they're like, "Wait, hold it. She's actually like legit. What?" It's our favorite game to play. It's like, yes, she is great, but she's also great.
Yeah.
And then we get the kids involved, the pet kids involved with who are we to each other.
Oh my gosh.
And we have a fun dynamic in our family.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they would be aunt and uncle.
Yes. Okay.
And then Kevin is like, if this bad hip implant is what caused Heather to be a little more loonier than she was before, then maybe she can be redeemed partway, and so Ace can at least interact with her at some point.
But I do like that they are finally addressing this might explain the killings.
Right. Because that Hook killing was an awful storyline, so we gotta blame it on that.
Also that was an extreme even for Heather Weber.
Yeah.
But Heather Weber had been locked up for other crimes, and we cannot take back everything that she had done
right
prior to, especially when she even said, "It's when I had a hip replacement," and I feel like we would have definitely had a skiing incident when she was younger.
Right.
Like, it has to have been some of the times that she was off screen, and those were all when she was older.
Right.
So, and then I think the last thing was just Marshall and TJ talking about Kristina being a surrogate. It's too late to be having these thoughts. And he's like, "I don't feel like Kristina's doing a good job of incubating my baby."
I just don't understand where he's coming from.
No.
She's not drinking. She's not doing anything else that's putting her at
She's around
risk.
her dad
She's
that apparently we
going
didn't
to
know about.
all of her doctor's appointments.
Yep.
She's eating healthy. She's taking her vitamins. She's doing
She has support from her romantic partner.
Yes. So the only thing that she's doing wrong is having a relationship with her dad that you knew was her dad before any conversations about babies even came into play.
And her dad is also his wife's
uncle.
So it's not like they were not
Right.
connected to begin with.
Right.
So where's the problem, TJ?
Yeah.
Maybe we should have thought about this years ago. If you didn't want to be connected to the Corinthoses.
And it's
then,
not like she's hanging out at the warehouse, like walking around
Right.
at nighttime or taking crazy chances. She goes to her dad's apartment, which is heavily guarded, to have conversations with him. Or she's out at Charlie's, where there's all kinds of people. Who knows who's sane and who's not that she's interacting with.
Right.
It was just a stupid conversation.
It's just a stupid storyline.
Yeah.
For TJ to be, this should have been more before they finally.
Marshall even said that. He was like, you had your time to complain and you didn't, or to like bring your complaints forward and you didn't. And he's like, yeah, I know.
And I tried to talk to Molly about it and she just defends her. Well,
right. She's defending her because she's actually carrying your child and it's her sister.
Right. And she's healthy.
Yeah. Like, you could argue the same thing if Molly was pregnant herself.
Right.
She is a public defender.
Right.
She deals with people that could get mad at her and try to hurt her
all the time. And it happens.
Yeah. So what?
So are we just setting this up then for Kristina to be shot?
I hope not.
I think this is going to be TJ's. And now I'm going to get full custody of the baby. And so that he doesn't. Well, I just said that the baby's a he. I don't know. They didn't say. But for TJ to leave Molly and take the baby because can't be in this environment, like, where are we going with this?
I don't know. But that's stupid. Just dumb.
It is.
I think that was everything, though.
I think it was.
We actually talked about it more than I thought we would because
I know. I didn't
feel
think
that exciting.
I have a page and a half. Excuse me. And I double space.
All right. How was your week?
Reality check.
This week was the exact opposite of the week before. It was, well, not like I didn't have an awesome week, but I had an eventful week. So my son's college is only about 2 hours away from where we live, and it was in the path of totality. So we went up to his campus because they were also throwing a festival for the whole day.
Aw.
And it was so cool to have. It really was, because I've seen, like the 85, the 90. It really was different. It was weird, but it was cool. And it was also Rex Manning Day. So if you're an Empire Records fan, it was also Rex Manning Day. And so my aunt came up with a great idea of making shirts. And so we had them designed where Rex Manning's portrait or profile is in the eclipse. And it says, not on Rex Manning Day, 4/8/24. So that was fun. And it took us forever to get home. And then we had my daughter's IEP meeting, which is like my next to last one. I've been doing these since she was like 4.
Congratulations.
I only have one left. But then we're going to have to worry about college stuff or like, whatever comes after that. And that stuff, I don't know. And that was really it. I mean, it was a crazy week weather-wise that kind of limited a lot of other things because we had like horrible, horrible floods going around all around here. So,
yep.
Yeah, eclipse and IEP. I think that was it. What about you?
I was car shopping all week. Monday, we were at the car dealership during the eclipse, and so Madeline had extra glasses that we had ordered and was like handing them out to the other people at the dealer. Do you want to see the eclipse? Here you go. So they thought she was cute, and she ate that up. And so, yeah, it was car shopping Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday, I finally got the car. She's very pretty. She is a Hyundai Ioniq 5. It's like an SUV, as 4-wheel drive. I still don't have a name for her.
I was just going to ask.
Do not have a name. It has to start with an H or an I, and I haven't found one that fits her because she's like blue-gray with a little bit of sparkle in her. You'll see whenever I leave. So I just don't.
Blue-gray with sparkle.
I don't know what I feel like with an I or an H.
Iris?
It doesn't fit her.
Okay.
In case anyone didn't know that I was crazy, I always name my cars.
Well, yeah, irises are, they can be bluish too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it doesn't fit her.
Iridescence.
But I name, that's pretty.
Because that would be like the sparkle and the blue and everything, because that's like the underside of a shell is like iridescent.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe. I'll have to think on that one.
You guys just remember I said that. Okay, thanks.
But yeah, I named my cars. My last one was Henry the Hyundai.
Mine's Beatrix. Means blessed traveler.
Oh, very nice. I like that. I like that. So yeah, we're getting to know each other. She has all kind of fancy features that I don't know. So yeah, once maybe next week I'll have a name for you. But anyway, just happy that I'm over not having a car, because if they total your car, at least with my insurance, you only get a week of car rental covered. And so like I hadn't even had the refund check of what was coming back from it being totaled when I had to give the rental car back. And I was like, help, what am I going to do? So after extensive car shopping, because my awesome son, who is all about the financial everything, did all kind of legwork, calling a million different dealers, trying to get the best deal. And it's like a proud mom moment, because you can see how happy he is that he like got me the right car. Not like got me, but you know what I mean. Researched
pointed
it and
you in the
found
right direction.
Yes. So every day he like sends me a new video about it, or like asks something about it or whatever. And so it's very cute.
That's awesome.
So
iridescent symbolizes the Greek goddess of the rainbow, Iris, while the Latin suffix "escent" means having a tendency towards something.
All right, I'll have to talk to her, see what she thinks about it.
How does she feel about being the goddess of the rainbow that has a tendency towards something?
That's a good one. All right.
I did not know that the root word for Iris was rainbow.
No, me neither.
See, we are a full service podcast. We teach you so much.
Yep. So yeah, that was my week. Car shopping.
And on Thursday, we're going to teach you more about Bobby.
I'm so jealous of you getting into Carly, because leading
do
up
it
to
too.
Carly is not that exciting. In fact, you kind of just get mad. But
you can do it too. I just know that it's a really, really heavy subject, and I know you don't like doing like the super in depth.
I know, but you also really, really want to do it. Like, that's part of it, but it's also that from the very start you were like, the way they're breaking this up, that means I get Carly. So yeah, I'm not gonna put effort in where it's not needed, because you're gonna do an amazing job just because you love her. But I will watch plenty of videos so that I can real live comment on it. Anyway, so yeah, have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to peer54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Peer 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at peer54podcast@gmail.com.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But here's a big one you need to hear. Billions. That's the amount of money in refunds the IRS has flagged for possible identity fraud. Now here's another big number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. One last big number. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.